There's going to be a few things that are different on the side. For one, it's going to be a wreck side. First, I'll tell you about the wreck on the Austin Smith. The Austin Smith is 8 feet long. Originally U.S. Coast Guard cutter. Now, back in the day, the Bahamians, their military had a conflict with some drug runners. There was a firefight, and the Bahamians lost 3 men in that firefight. One of the men that was lost, his name was Austin Smith. So the U.S. donated 3 cutters to the Bahamian government, and they named each one after one of the men that was lost. So the Austin Smith was in service with the Bahamas for a few years, and they decided to retire it. Austin Smith's family asked if they could make it into an artificial reef. So all parties agreed, so they prepped it for sinking, and started towing it, and the final destination was very far south of here. Well, they started towing it, and it sank in a very bad spot, so they went by, refloated it, started towing it again, and it sank again. So once again, they refloated it, started towing it, and for the 3rd time, it sank again.
Really?
Where it sits here. 3 times. So people ask me, was it intentional or was it by accident? Kind of both. Where it's sitting now, it's at 5. That's where we're going to keep it. So it gives us a really nice shipwreck. The ship itself, it is not big enough to be going inside, guys. There's no penetration on the shipwreck. There's a few places you can go inverted. You can look inside. There are a few barrels and things inside where they use to lift the thing. Please do not go inside the wreck. Top of the wreck is about 55 feet. Down in the bottom, in the small channels, about 65.
550 feet.
And 550 feet ahead of us.
What? 550 feet away from us.
Yes. Alright, so that's Austin Smith. There will be a line coming off the stern, coming up that Tom is going to jump in and grab in about 400 feet. Okay? He's going to tie our bow off to the stern of the Austin Smith. And then we're going to slowly start getting ready for the dive. Now, on this dive,
150 feet.
There's one thing with this one. We all have to get ready at the same time. Now, for some of you, it may take you a bit longer with the wetsuits. I know I got a full wetsuit. Be mindful that if you're one of the guys who takes a bit long to get ready, you're going to have other people that are fully geared up, ready to go, and they're going to be melting. Alright, so on this dive, we need to all get ready at the same time. So we break from here. I want everyone to get their first stages on. Then you can go and get your wetsuits on. Now, when it's time to get your equipment on, do not put your fins on first. What I would like for you to do is you come over, get your equipment on, and then please move into the horseshoe. You're going to move over, you're going to sit down in the horseshoe, put your fins on, make sure you're ready to go, and have a seat inside the horseshoe. Now, once everyone is ready, we're going to throw Tom back in the water, and Tom is going to go down onto the deck of the Austin Smith. We're going to go through a quick group buddy check and make sure everyone's equipment's right, everyone's ready to go. Again, everyone has to get in the water at the same time. We don't want somebody down there at the bottom for 20 minutes waiting for somebody else to get in the water. So, you can take your time going down the line, you need to equalize, but going down is not the time to be taking pictures of all the sharks. We want to get you down the line, and onto the wreck. You're going to come down the line, you're going to head over towards the bow of the boat, and Tom is going to place you on the outside of the bow. Right, there is a railing that goes around on both sides. He's going to place you there. That is where you are going to be for the shark feed. This red area here, that is our danger zone. There's only one person allowed in there. That's me. Right? Everyone else stays outside the danger zone. Now, I will be the last one to jump in, and I'll be on the surface watching you guys. Okay, take your time, no problem equalizing, not a problem, I'll be watching you. Once you guys all hit the deck, I will be here. Dan's going to throw over a big frozen bucket of chum, and I'm going to swim as fast as I can from Morningstar to the middle of the bow. I'm going to swim straight down, and I'm going to have a bunch of sharks coming towards chum pickle. I'm going to swim down, I'm going to secure it to the deck, and then I'm very slowly, very low, swim out of the danger zone over to the railing, and then I can enjoy the shark feed alongside you guys. Alright? The shark feed itself can last anywhere from 5 minutes to 35 minutes. Okay? It all depends on the sharks. If for some reason during the shark feed, if you need to come up, if you start getting low in air, you know something's not feeling right, you want to abort the dive, not a problem. But again, you stay out of the danger zone. You come down along the bottom of the boat, come up to this line, follow that line back up to the bow. Okay? So you can abort if you need to. Now, on average, it lasts about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Once the shark feed's over, they have finished the chum. You are to stay where you're at until I tell you it's okay. Once the chum's gone, sometimes they're still a bit excited. Once they look like they're calmed down a bit, I will then swim across the danger zone, and I will let you know it's all done. Now, once the shark feed is done, you are free to move about. You can go and explore the area around. But there's one thing that a lot of people like to do on the side. And it's the only time you're allowed to take something while scuba diving. It is directly underneath the chum. You go up nice and slow. Don't stir up the sediment on the deck. You can look for shark feed. While they're chumming away, they lose teeth. Don't worry, they do grow back. They're always losing teeth as they're biting. So if you look around, go very gently. You can look for them. They're quite small, right? Now, we don't need 17 people all running up there at one time. No elbows, no kicking. Nice and easy. You know, you might get lucky and find a shark. Now, we've only done some deep dives today. We were lucky enough to have a bit of a longer surface interval. But once again, watch your bottom time. Watch your air. Towards the end of the dive, you're going to come back up stern, come up back up to the bow of the Morningstar before your 3-minute, 15-foot safety stop. And then once you come back up as normal. All right? Cool. Do we have any questions so far?
Do the railings have any growth on them? Do we need to watch out for hand-wise?
The railings, for the most part, are fairly clean. Where the junctions are at, you do want to be mindful of what you're grabbing onto. I wouldn't be going along, dragging my hand along the railing by any means. For the most part, just holding onto it, not moving around. They're pretty well polished. Okay. People grab onto them every week.
Can we take pictures while they're feeding?
Absolutely.
All right, those.
I actually not take pictures on the way down. Once you get down there and you're in position, you can take 1,000 pictures. Not a problem. For me personally, once the feed is over, that's where I get my best photos. Once the feed's over, they're kind of down, cruising around a bit. You spread out away from the wreck just a bit, like 20 feet. They'll come above you, around you. That's the best place. That's the best pictures I get. It's actually after the feed is over. All right. Are we there yet? All right. Any questions, guys? Once again, be mindful. We're all going to gear up at the same time. So if you do take a bit more time, just please put a little bit of a rush on it. All right?
Here's another thing that always gets confusing for people. When we say get in the horseshoe after you get in your equipment, that doesn't mean go to the first spot in the horseshoe. That means slide forward toward the bow. That way it's easier for other people to get in the horseshoe as well.
Ready again?
Okie dokie. I sent a Twitter feed out to the sharks. They're supposed to be here in like 30 minutes.
Yeah, sweet. Just get down there.
Okay.
See them. Oh, guys, I almost forgot one thing. While you're down there, we have a fairly large shark that's missing its fin. It's called Finnegan. When years ago when they first showed up, it was a bit smaller, but now it's one of the dominant sharks here. They think it was a victim of shark finning.
I actually heard about him on Discovery.
Second?
I heard about him on Discovery.
He comes in quite almost every shark feed. Sometimes he's a little slow and gets there towards the end, but almost on every shark feed, You'll see him, and he definitely stands out from the rest of the track.
It's a girl, it's not a boy.
Huh?
It's a girl, not a boy.
Yeah, I know. They'll call it a girl, but it's a boy.
It's a girl.
Everybody's pissed off. Everyone calls him a girl.
It's a practice, but it's a girl.
All right.
Put in the headlock.
All right, guys.
Absolutely.
We can start gearing up.